We begin this news bulletin with development from the Gambia's National Assembly, where cabinet ministers continue to appear in the Parliament, the National Assembly, of course, in Banjul, to respond to parliamentary questions on matters under their purview. The Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure was among several ministers who appeared before lawmakers on Wednesday to answer concerns from different parliamentarians on matters of national development. Ibrahim Asila was asked to provide update about the private company constructed to build a new ferry crossing point in Barra and, of course, the fate of the Gambia ferry services.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Upper Salum, or Lower Salum. Honorable Speaker, the private company NEGMA, which is a Turkish company, was issued a ferry license in 2022 to operate between Banjul and Barra crossing points. With regards to the historical site in Barra, NEGMA has indicated to the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure that a memorandum of understanding with the National Council for Arts and Culture was signed between the two institutions last year, leading to the construction of the ferry crossing points at that particular place.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in Port Blend, there is an act says no development, no alterations or demolitions shall be permitted to this area, Fort Blend, with the 6,029.64.5 square meter around the area, in that square meter, should not is gazetted. Why the ministry is giving a permit to the private company to go and demolish the area or to harm the square meter that are indicated in the act? Why?
A point of correction, Honorable Speaker. It is not the responsibility of the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure to issue a development permit to operators of ferries to construct crossing points in any part of this country. What we do is to give them a license. I think the appropriate ministries should be asked this question, Ministry of Local Government and Lands and Ministry of Tourism, why that MOU had been signed with them and why that development permit was issued to them. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, I think the ferry service is under your domain, under your ministry. Did you make any assessment before this construction will start? And whether have you engaged the Barra people and communities?
That's what I'm saying, Honorable Member. The responsibility of the ministry is to issue a license. Now, if private operators want to construct landing sites, the process is followed through other ministries. Government is part of a synergized process. When we issue license, but other development processes to see that this process continues through its logical conclusion is also carried out through other ministries. That is why I made it clear in the question, in the answer, that they said they have already signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Council for Arts and Culture. And I thought the National Council for Arts and Culture is the custodian of the act that you've quoted. So the burden of proof of why they did that should be on them, not on our ministry.
Member for Central Badebo, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, looking at the ferry services, it has been an act of National Assembly by law. And ferry services is there to provide services to the people. Coming into this agreement with NEMACA, what will be the fate of Gambia ferry services?
These services, Honorable Member for Central Badebo, is that they will continue to operate as provided for by the Act of the National Assembly, and they are still providing those services. Competition within the sector is allowed, and That is why government is also investing in more ferries to enable the ferry services to continue doing its operational mandate as under the